welcome back to my channel. Look at me putting up a few videos on a more regular basis here these last few weeks. So today is an update video. I'm going to tell you guys kind of how our homeschool journey is going. We are on the home stretch. It's the beginning of April now, so we only have 6 to 8 weeks or so left until school is out. So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on, show you what we've been using. Pretty much all of the curriculum that I picked at the beginning of the school year has been put to the side, and we are doing new stuff now. And I've been dropping that here and there throughout the year. So if you've been watching my videos, then this won't be new information. But if you are new here, then maybe this will be some curriculum you'll want to kind of look into, and I'll show you what I have. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so as usual, I'm going to go through each of my students' curriculum. I have 3 kids, so I'll start with my youngest this time around. He's in preschool, and then I'll do my K-5 student, and then I'll do my 3rd grader. So check this timestamps in the description box below if you're looking for something specific, okay? So first and foremost, my preschooler is using these 2 books primarily. I do have the Spell and Write one that goes with the Evan Moore. I think it's a Skill Sharpeners, and he does that as well as his daily learning notebook. I have talked about the daily learning notebook time and time again on my channel, so make sure that you look through my lessons or my videos if you haven't seen this before. But in all of my years of teaching preschool, both on the public scale, in my neighborhood, and then with my own kiddos, I have used this daily learning notebook for all of them, and it's just been tried and true and a game changer for me. It's been super simple and straightforward. So on days when I don't feel like I have a lot of time or energy to be pouring into my preschooler, we just do this work. And then when I have extra time, we do some of his other books. So all of these pages are included in my Teachers Pay Teachers shop if you buy the daily learning notebook thing. But we go through every day. We do the days of the week, the months of the year. I have the alphabet in here, numbers, colors, shapes, and then we talk about the date of the week. And then once per week, we do a letter, and I try to make him use different colors. Obviously, this day I didn't. This is also letter S. It's a look and find. This is a Teachers Pay Teachers product. So this one's not in that. And then sometimes we'll have a shape of the week, or anyway, sometimes I'll put other pages. And then behind here, this is his skills lessons, and we do 1 page per day. Right now, these are spring pages because it's April. Again, these come from various Teachers Pay Teachers shops. At this point, I have not made my own because I feel like the content that you can get out there is good. And so anyway, that's what I use. So anyway, we use this, love it. And then if I have more time and energy, he will do his math book, and he is loving this. I actually feel like his math skills are better than his phonics skills. So this one has themed pages for each number. So you start with number 1 and you go up. We're on number 10 right now, but I think that's as far as it goes. And so we are almost towards the end now, and he just loves doing these pages, and I'm really impressed with how well he has learned to recognize his numbers, and he is writing his numbers better. So this has been a really, really great product. Check that description box below. It's a Skill Sharpeners Math, and they have this for grades kindergarten through 6th grade. So if you have multiple students in your home, then get them all one of these books with their grade level. You can have all of your kids doing some math at the same time. I highly recommend it. It's awesome. That is pretty much the extent of his work. And then I'll throw this in here because all 3 of my students do the Draw Right Now series right now. This is book 6. They have lots of them, but I picked a bunch of these up when I was at a curriculum, or I guess it was a vendor hall when I went over to wherever I went. But it might have been somewhere else. Anyway, whatever it was, I picked this up. And so we are going through This particular one is habitat, so we're doing the lakes right now. And if you haven't seen these books before, they're super cute. My son is really into drawing and art, so it picks up on one of his skills that he likes. But it has the picture, and then these are the words that you can either dictate to your child if they're older and you want them to write it, or my younger kids just copy it. And then it has the little like instructions of how to draw the animal. So that's been fun. And then you can, of course, make it, you know, more or less learning, however much you want. But we really like these. I think I have 3 or 4 of them. And each of the books is a different like theme. So one of them that I have is farms. Those are the 2 that I have with me, but then I have a bunch in my storage. And so I can't tell you. I think there might be one that's Americana, but maybe I made that up. So all of my students, including my kindergartner, do this. And it just helps with, of course, pen control and fine motor skills, as well as just the fun of coloring and learning and that sort of thing. So you may remember a few videos ago that I had the top student books for my preschooler, and I have since put that aside because it really was a little bit more advanced than he was. I got him the kindergarten level, and it just moved really quickly into concepts that I haven't even covered with him. Right now for him, I'm really just trying to get him to learn his letters and his numbers and those phonic sounds. We haven't started anything like pre-reading or blending or anything like that. So that wraps up my preschooler. K5. So my 5-year-old is doing the Upstart program. It's from a company called Waterford, and it is available in many states. So if you're looking for a free online preschool program, I do like Waterford Upstart. I spoke briefly about it in my last video about some frustrations that I have with them in their time requirements. But the learning part of it, I am fine with, and I like that, and she likes it. So she does that for the primary part of her language arts learning. And then to add to that, we've been doing this. This is the Smart Start sight words, pre-kindergarten level. And she's on list 10 now, I believe. And we're really liking it. They're super, super short. There's a little bit of spelling, I guess, because you're recognizing those words. And she does write them. This is a similar activity that would be in their spelling book, but, we just read the words, and then at the end of each unit, like you can see here in 9, then they, you know, read the story. So for me, she just is learning more words and learning to read. And then in between the story and the write the words, there's 2 activities. So it's really short, super straightforward, but it's introducing more words to her. Words like ate, like I ate the ice cream, that was new. Came, like I came to the park, or I came to the store, or whatever. She is learning those new kind of words, as well as kind of reinforcing some more common words like be, bed, no, ran. So anyway, this is a great one. Again, check that description box below, and I'll throw that in here. If you are new to my channel, I'm a big fan of Evan Moore books because they are super affordable, they're super colorful, and they're really straightforward. My students really like it, so it's been an asset for us. The other thing that she does every day, I bought these. These are the number skills from Abeka, and I got K5 because, and some of you may be in the same boat as me, my student knew all of her numbers. She could count really well. She recognized numbers, but we were doing Horizons, and it just got to like double addition, like super fast. So I jumped down to this one, and we are almost done with it. You can kind of see, can you see? Maybe not. But anyway, we finished all of the lessons, and now we're just kind of wrapping up with the appendix here. This is 160 some odd pages, 164 pages. I'm going to say we started this, I don't remember when I ordered this, but she's been doing 1 page front and back every day-ish. So, but she's really enjoyed it, and she does them super fast, and sometimes she asks to do more than 1 page a day. So you can see, you know, this was in the beginning. This is page 6, but it does a little bit of graphing. So anyway, this has been a real great asset. Abeka publishes this one, and I've loved it for my 5-year-old. Again, I also bought the top the Top Student book, which is an Evan Moore product for her, but I bought it as a first grade level. And once again, I just felt like it was too much and too far. She is going into first grade, and so I should have used her curriculum, the kindergarten level for her. I guess I could actually have her do her brother's now that I think about that, because I bought it for him. But anyway, so she isn't doing anything of that nature. And that wraps up all of her schoolwork. My third grader is still doing Horizon. So the subjects that I'm focusing on the most for him are English, or the language arts units, and math and science. Those are the only three that we are really hitting this year. We did a ton of history in the first semester, and then here in the second, or I guess, yeah, the second semester, we're doing science. So I got that structure from BJU Press. That's how their curriculum is built out, is to do one subject per semester. So when we were on our road trip, we did all of our history because we were on the East Coast and doing a lot of the state study and American history and all that kind of fun, good stuff there. So for science, we are doing BJU Press. And as I mentioned in my last video, we are mostly just reading through that textbook and then throwing in whatever activities we can here or there. And I'm using it a lot as like an introduction to various concepts. I don't really like the idea of having science out of a textbook. And being taught from a virtual learning platform. I've never done it that way before. We've tried it now for this year, and I just don't feel like that's a really interactive way to do science, when I feel like science can be so much more interesting and exciting to do. So for this coming year, as I've mentioned in the past, I think we're going to try to do more unit studies and incorporate a lot of science and history into those unit studies. And I have several curriculum that I'm looking into to help me kind of springboard that. But for now, we're just going to finish up with what we have. And then, I mean, we're so close to the end of the year. We're just kind of doing it as an introduction. So like right now we're doing weather. We just finished with rocks and that sort of thing. And then, I think before that was energy, but anyway, so that's what we're doing for science. As far as like a curriculum review really quick, and I'll do another video in the future that reviews all of the stuff I used. I would say it depends on your kind of taste for science and how you like to approach science. I think it's very comprehensive. I think it does it a good job. The video portion is done by Mrs. Overly, and she is interesting. She's interactive. I did feel the videos were really long-winded, and so we stopped watching them because 25 minutes of video, I felt like beat a dead horse, to use a term, and I don't know, we lost interest in that. So I won't be using BJU Press Science again, but I don't necessarily hate it, which is why I haven't put it aside. And if you followed my channel, then you'll know when something's not vibing, I just toss it out the window and we stop. So the fact that we're still doing it should be pretty telling. So that is our science. As far as math goes, we are still doing Horizons. We've been using Horizons now since my son first started school. So it's been a tried and true curriculum for us through these 4 years, because he's in third grade now. We are finishing up that curriculum, and it's getting to be a lot more intense. We're doing a lot of fractions. We are reducing fractions. We are now adding fractions. We just barely started adding fractions today. So there's a lot. It's very advanced. And because of that, I am going to be taking a step away from Horizons in our fourth grade year so that we can really get some of these concepts that I think need to be kind of pounded in a little bit more before we continue to move forward. So I have plans to step away from Horizons for our fourth grade year, which is new because we haven't done that before. So blessings on our heads for sure. So that's math. And then our English language arts has taken an interesting turn. So we are using the Top Student. I did get level 3 for him, so at least I did one thing right. And I am actually really enjoying using this as our language arts platform. The first 3/4 of the book, up until this teal. So all of this part of the book here is all English, and it's divided up into reading, grammar, spelling, writing is in there. Anyway, so we just do 1 page of each of these colors per day for him. And so we just finished a bunch of work with adjectives, and then we're moving into verbs for that. The blue is just reading, and it's a mixture of fiction and nonfiction, comparative writing, opinion essays. I mean, it's just been really good. And then, oh, that's the purple. This one is spelling, and we actually have another spelling curriculum that we're using. And then the orange is writing. And so it just kind of teaches him how to find the main idea and give supporting details and all that kind of good stuff. So I give this, 5 stars for the fact that it's just really good, comprehensive stuff that he should have been learning all year long, but we kind of have been hitting or missing. So it's nice for us to be able to just redo all of those concepts here at the end of the school year. And then I'm also including the Evan Moore Spell and Write curriculum for 3rd grade here. We do 1 list per week, and it's pretty touch and go, but we're working through it. I'm just kind of introducing him to more difficult words because our spelling is so bad, and this is just a result of years of not doing spelling well enough, or I don't know what to say about how we've approached English these last several years, but the truth is the language arts has always been a struggle for us. So we're kind of just going through it, and he misses several. So I'd say we have like a pretty average score. It's not, top of the pyramid, but we're not at the bottom either. So we just keep working through it. We're now in unit 4. So we try to do a unit a week. And this book has, I don't know how many units are in it. 12 probably or so. Yeah, there's 12 units. So this would be good for 12 weeks if you do 1 unit per week, which is kind of what we're doing here. Now we don't have, well, maybe we'll make it to the end. We have about 6 to 8 weeks of school left, so we'll see. But anyway, that's what we have been doing for him, and it's been good. And it's been taking more of my involvement, I guess, to just be sitting there and helping him get through all of his lessons. As soon as he finishes one, I help him move on to the next one. So a little bit is a result of kind of our situation that we're in right now. And part of it, I think, is because we've gotten out of the habit of being in our schoolroom or doing school time. So I'm looking forward to when we move into our new house, especially as the new school year starts, we will have our new homeschool space. I have plans for how we're going to organize everything so that my kids can have independent work, time with mom work, centers, all the things. So, that's kind of an update of where we are. It's kind of long-winded, I feel like, but these videos they're good for me because I like to look back and see kind of the journey of our homeschool life, and it's fun to update you guys, hopefully, especially those of you that have been around for these last, 5 years. So we're coming up on the anniversary of my channel. We are at 5 years, I think. I think we're finishing 5 years. So in August, it'll be 6 years. So that I've been updating everybody in my YouTube life. So thanks for sticking around. If you're new, you can subscribe and continue to follow along. Next year, we're going to have the K4. We'll have a 1st grader and a 4th grader. So I'm going to be compiling my curriculum here in the next few weeks. As it comes in, I'll do look in the book videos, but then we'll do one big curriculum video as I have always done in the past. So you guys can get ideas of what I'm doing and then look into it and see if it's something that you want to incorporate. If it's new, something you haven't heard of or tried or anything like that. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll talk to you guys in one of my other ones. Bye, friends.